Apple just dropped 3 new MacBooks, a $599 one, a $1,099 and $2,200 one. I'm gonna be trying all 3 of them today and letting you know which one to buy. Starting off with the new MacBook Neo, as you all can see, this is a lot different than what we're all used to. We've got citrus color, we've got, I don't know what color this is, pink, honestly. So for colors, you've got silver, you got this new blush color, which is like a pink, citrus, and indigo. Obviously, interesting new design. First off, coming up at the price tag at $599, you would think it would feel cheap, but it actually doesn't feel cheap. It feels like a proper Apple product. I think this is made in aluminum, and it feels solid, honestly. It doesn't feel like something that's cheap, right? The first thing you notice when you open the Mac is the keyboard. It is a no backlit keyboard. So basically, no lighting in the keyboard. So obviously, if you're a Mac user, you've used a couple MacBooks, and you can tell that one of the conveniences of actually having a MacBook is that the keyboard has just a backlit lighting. So it helps you when you're in these dark rooms and you actually want to like work on your computer and actually get to use it. The trackpad here, we got a mechanical trackpad, which is different from like the Air and the Pro. You can actually feel the difference when you get to the screen. Is actually the same liquid retina display as we have on the Air. So pretty good display that you get for $599. The Neo, you got 2 options. You can pick with the one with the Touch ID and the one without Touch ID. Probably for the Touch ID is a little bit more expensive, and it has more storage. So if you want a little bit of storage and you want to be able to have Touch ID in your laptop, like you can definitely upgrade for a bit extra price. And this is actually the first MacBook with an iPhone chip. So this has the A18 chip. It's basically the same chip on my iPhone 16, and we have that on a laptop. And honestly, I think Apple ate with that. I think that's probably one of the reasons why the price is not as expensive as a regular MacBook would be. But coming with A18 chip, you don't really get a lot of leeway to do heavy work on your computer. So obviously this laptop is for you. If you're watching this video and you're a tech bro, you like tech and you do a lot of like heavy work on your laptop, this is probably not the laptop for you. Like, this is for you if you're someone who's a student and you work a job that you just need to do light work on your computer, you don't want to go crazy, this is the laptop for you. If you're someone who wants to just get into the Apple ecosystem and you want to just test that Apple, this is definitely for you too. And if you also want to switch, if you have a Windows and you want to switch from Windows, I want to get into Apple, this is also for you. So you don't break the bank. I think a lot of people use Chromebook for I think Chromebook is gonna lose a lot of users, what I'm saying, with this new update. I don't think anyone's gonna be getting Chromebook at this point, because now you can get the Neo for $599. So the MacBook Air has been Apple's entry point for their Macs, but now with this Neo, you get a budget-focused option. And so comparing the Neo with the Air, side by side with the Neo, you can actually tell the difference. But when it comes to weight, it doesn't quite feel heavier. Comparing the 13-inch MacBook Air compared to the Neo, you can't really tell the difference, but you can obviously see the keyboards are different. With the extra $500, you get the backlit keyboard, you get the Force Touch trackpad, and you get an M5 chip. So for extra $500, you get a little bit of an upgrade to your MacBook. And is it actually worth the jumping from the Neo to the Air? Like, if you are really a student and you don't need to go crazy with what you do on your computer, like, is the $500 worth the upgrade for you? I mean, you tell me. So the MacBook Air is actually the best all-around MacBook that for like most people. If you're a creator and you don't want to go crazy, you don't have the budget for a MacBook Pro. Like, I think creators right now, if you don't do too crazy, if you don't do like pro edits, no, that stuff, you don't need to get a Pro. Like, you can be good with having this MacBook Air with M5 chip. Like, if it's some MacBook Pros don't have M5 chip, right? So the M5 chip in this MacBook makes it a pretty decent MacBook to actually have. Coming in at $1499 Canadian dollars, this is worth the buy, to be honest. But if you can stretch the budget, if you have the extra $500 and you want to spend it on an Air over the Neo, I think this is a good option for you. So the Air actually has 13-inch and a 15-inch size. So looking at the difference, you can actually see the difference between both of them. Obviously a lot larger, and then this is a lot smaller. When it comes to specs, they pretty much have the same spec, like M5 chip. You can upgrade, obviously, the RAM size if you need that. But like I say, if you're doing an everyday task, you don't really need more chip in your computer, except if you're an editor, you're a creator and you want to get the MacBook Air, you probably want to upgrade to a much higher like RAM size. So when I say RAM, I mean the unified memory. So right now this comes in at 16GB memory. So you could probably upgrade that too if you wanted to. Get the Air and still have a bit of power going on, you know what I'm saying? The Air comes in as sky blue with sky blue, silver, starlight, and midnight colors. So comparing all of these models together, comparing the 15-inch and 13-inch when it comes to the MacBook Air, you can see the 13-inch comes in at $17.99, and then we have the 13-inch coming in at $14.99.
So it's really up to you if you want the bigger Mac size for screen real estate or you just want extra portability. The MacBook Air M5 keeps it simple and streamlined with a MagSafe 3 charging port, 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports that support charging and data transfer speeds up to 40 GB per second. The headphone jack located on the right side and a liquid retina display just like the Neo. They come in 4 colors: sky blue, silver, starlight, and midnight.
Moving on to the big boy, the Pro. This is a big boy, $2,200. Like that line, guys, $2,200. Obviously, that's not small money, and you wouldn't be throwing that much money on a laptop if you don't need it, right? So obviously, you're not gonna get a Pro if you're not a Pro. You feel me? So let's talk specs real quick. The Pro comes in at 14-inch and 16-inch. Obviously, I'm more inclined to get in the bigger ones because I like the bigger screen. Obviously, better, especially when I'm editing. I want to have that bigger screen. So I love that. Obviously, 16-inch is obviously a bigger screen, so I can actually see what I'm working on like a lot better. Compared to the Air, you can immediately feel the difference. Like this one is a lot heavier. Yeah, you can immediately feel the difference actually compared to the Air. You can see this one is a lot bigger and it feels heavier. And now we have the Force touchpad. The keyboard obviously has the backlit lighting, which is obviously very essential for when you're working at night or in dark places, or you know what I'm saying, you're just working at night, you just want to have your keyboard like lit in your face. The Pro comes in with the M5 Pro chip and the M5 Max chip. So obviously you can kind of pick which one you want. I think the M5 Max is a lot more expensive. So if you actually want to max this out, you could max it out and really pay a lot more than $2,200. This could go up to like $6,000, $5,000, which you would definitely know you have to be needing that to actually get that, right? If you're gonna spend $5 on a laptop, like you better have that for 10 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to AI performance, this MacBook actually performs up to 4 times faster than previous generations, which is obviously what Apple claims. You have to find that out actually yourself if you try it out. I haven't tested it. I'm thinking of getting one of these actually, spread the 16-inch one. We see, you know what I'm saying? But AI performance 4 times faster, that sounds like a good deal, obviously, if you want to get into doing AI work or use your laptop for some AI work. When it comes to battery life, we get up to 24 hours. 24 hours is a lot of time if you work a lot. Obviously, I'm not going to be using my computer straight on for 24 hours, but that's a lot of time to be reliant on the battery for. So I can go to a coffee shop and like work on a video or do complex edit, right? And not worry about the battery dying and just know that I'm good. But hopefully I have to test it out in theory and see how that actually turns out. I'm gonna give you guys an update if I do actually get one. So stay tuned for that video when I get to actually use the MacBook, and I will give you guys some honest update on how I feel about it. Now, what's new in this Mac? We've got Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6. Obviously, you can't really tell the difference if you don't really, I mean, these are stuff that you can't really tell the difference if you're not really into using computers like that. So like Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6. Honestly, Wi-Fi 5 is probably so good, right? You don't really need to know the difference between like these stuff. So like I said, only if you're a pro that you would need to get the Pro, right? Now, who is this for? Who is this for? This is obviously not for youth, everyday Joe. You know what I'm saying? This is for someone who is a video editor. If you're a developer, if you use heavy creative tools like DaVinci, you can even use some of these tools in the new MacBook Air, right? Like I'm saying, but like I said, if you do heavy work, and you spend a lot of time on your computer creating, like using this creative tool, that's when you would need to use the Pro. So if you want to throw 2 bands on a laptop, you want to make sure you know what you're doing. Like, don't just get a Pro if you're not a Pro. You feel me?
The MacBook Pro M5 is built for power and connectivity, featuring a MagSafe 3 charging port, an HDMI 2.1 port, and an XDXC card slot. And you get 3 Thunderbolt ports. The headphone jack is located on the left side, and the Liquid Latina XDR display with ProMotion 120Hz and a new nano texture option if you want that. They come in 2 colors, the stoutest space black and the classic silver. Comparing the screens, while the Air has a liquid retina, the Pro has the XDR version. What this means is basically it uses mini LEDs for much deeper blacks and can hit up to 1600 nits of peak brightness. The Air stays at 500 nits. If you go for the M5 Pro or Max chips, you get the new Thunderbolt 5 standard, which is 3 times faster than the Thunderbolt 4 found in the Air.
After all of that, in case you're wondering which one you should buy, I'm break it down for you, right? So if you're buying your first Mac, if you're a student on a budget and you mostly write, you do video calls, schoolwork, assignments, then the Neo is probably for you. If you're trying to switch from Windows and you want to try Apple without actually committing to it, so the Neo is probably for you, obviously because it's a budget laptop and you don't need to break the bank to actually try it out. So, and you should also get the MacBook Air M5 if you want the best all-around MacBook and you do some light creative work. If you want longevity and you want some upgrade options, the Air M5 is probably for you. And now for the big boy, the Pro M5, man. You should get the Pro because you got M5 Max and M5 Pro. 8 of those, I think, in my opinion, would be good. But if you do heavy creative work, if you're a professional, it's Pro for a reason. So if you're professional for me, so you should get the Pro. If you currently have an M1 or M2 and you want to upgrade, then probably the Pro is good for you. If you have an M3 or M4, like you don't need the Pro, honestly. You don't need this new lineup. You probably just wait for the M6. I think you're good with the M3 or M4 right now. So if you have one of those, I don't think you need to upgrade. Just stay where you're at. Just save your money, man. My personal take, I currently have the M2. I got it in 2022, and I think I'm gonna be upgrading to the Pro M5 Pro Max because I need to upgrade, and my laptop has been great the whole time. I just need to upgrade, so I'm gonna be probably getting one of these. So stay tuned for the video when I do get one.